generally don't think. My friends, foolish born-again Christians who are believers and not thinkers. You lie to them, they believe it. You deceive them. You know the Christians, born-again Christians, are the easiest people to deceive. Yeah, Pastor Ghani says they like to be deceived. As a matter of fact, when I started ministry as a young man, I was talking to an older, I won't call him man of God, but an older practitioner. You know, the way, people who are ahead always want to advise young people. So this older guy, he had supposedly been in ministry for a long time. And he called me, he says, young man, I like you. I like the way you teach. But he says, one thing about people, they like to be deceived. And he says, you have to deceive them. Oh yeah, he told me that. He said, you have to deceive them, because if you don't deceive them, they will go to somebody else to deceive them. So deceive them yourself. That's what the older practitioner told me. Because he had learned the trade. And he had realized human beings generally don't think. And especially when they get born again, their spirits start working, their brains freeze. There is no intelligence afterwards. So they start running. Some of you are sitting here in this nice church, you still run after a prophet and go and give all your money to him. And the next day he comes, you do the same. And the next day you do the same. Some go...
Yeah, so deceive them yourselves. Yes. Born again Christians are the foolishest people on earth. They want to be deceived. If you don't deceive them, they will go to another person to deceive them. So deceive them yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, this sentence alone should mean a lot to you. Born again Christians are the foolishest people on earth. You are to deceive them. They love to be deceived. If you don't deceive them, they will go to another person to deceive them. So deceive them yourself. This phrase alone should mean a lot to you. So if they say born again Christians are the foolishest people on earth, it is a clear statement. Ladies and gentlemen, today, and I say tonight, our lesson is KUMCHACHA the comedian, and say KUMCHACHA versus Fuse and Og. That musician, some musician on Edina Kasangasa, if you check his name, you will see that the musician is a critical thinker from day one. Look at his name. Fuse. Just add R-E to it. It becomes refuse. It becomes refuse. Then the O-D gin. O-D gin. Turn it. You will get God. Nti, the musician's name, which is Fuse O-D gin, when you calculate it, when it is what? Refuse God. Other thing I can say, Nami, Sister Dakoba, KUMCHACHA, maybe you know me, but you and I, we have never met one-on-one. I am saying and saying it again, that you, KUMCHACHA, you are not a prophet. You are not a man of God. You are a comedian. KUMCHACHA, oh, you're a comedian, number one. Maybe you need character orientation. KUMCHACHA, you need to have a manager. You need agent to orient you. Ojumano and your Bible. KUMCHACHA, oh, you're a comedian, number one. KUMCHACHA, I'm telling you, and then a lesson. a video based. I will let you watch some video. Said ya KUMCHACHA Dakoba me kasatia KUMCHACHA. When I show you the videos and the evidence, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. But again, let me say that KUMCHACHA, you call yourself prophet. Me, I know that you are not a prophet, but you are a comedian. Your people, your category is Teacher Kojo, Francis Opon, Margaret TV, Obi Amponsan, Kojo Nkasa Lewin, Wizzy Empire, Funny Face, Chemu, Tro, your friend say Nigeria ni Basket Mouth, KUMCHACHA. These are your category. Only the ntia mekasa. Musician or no, fuse no, me say refuse God. That is the name I give him. Refuse God or no. I'm say there's a video that Fuse, that music artist, he has bent an image which believers know to be the image of God. Musician or no, or shisa image no, and ye KUMCHACHA interview our Angel FM. KUMCHACHA koka nsam. But me say KUMCHACHA on your prophet. The can let us watch the video. In what in the video musician no okoshi image no ye wia na ya babem what ya senti KUMCHACHA odie.
Now, for the oppressed, as Africans, we can hope that the oppressors can do the right thing, but we cannot depend on it. We need to take our fate into our own hands. We have a responsibility to deal with our own truth, and it starts with this. This is the seed. This is the seed that gave birth to Hitler and his doctrine. This is the seed that gave birth to the KKK, the apartheid in South Africa, the Rwandan genocide, and people of color bleaching their skin across the globe till this day as we speak. And the list goes on. This is not even biblical. If you read the Bible, it specifically tells us not to create any images in the form of a man or a woman or any creature on earth. This is idolatry. And again, if you read the Bible, there's nothing that God hates more than idol worship. You know, we need to take down these false images and worship God in spirit and in truth. This needs to be taken down from every single church in Africa. This right here is the real issue here in Africa, because you can go to some of the rural parts of Africa and you find images of white Jesus, and some of you live in areas where the first time you ever saw a white person, they were represented as a god. So why use a white person as a false image to represent God? You know, as Africans globally, we need to question every aspect of Christianity, especially if it cuts us off from our own spirituality and the spirituality of our ancestors.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happened. Fuse says this is not Jesus, and this particular image is a contributor, is a factor to the problem, because the time we are to use to go to work, we spend those time in the church bowing down to those images until the musician says this cannot be a god, this is not a god, and he bent the image. When KUMCHACHA won't hear, we ene KUMCHACHA on tiasie nti esam se oye comedian or kasana man for srenti no o chance and otimi come media houses bebre nti KUMCHACHA ye freno our media house bia ye freno Angel FM no yenti asem let us listen to what KUMCHACHA said on Angel FM. We from Oprah News and Yamina Matro. I am not the one who wrote the story. Correct. Now, speaking on Angel FM Evening News, monitored by GhanaSonline.com, the notorious man of God, or man of God, or a man of comedy. What you say? This is even a lie. KUMCHACHA is not a man of God. In fact, there is no single man of God here in Ghana. Not even one. There is no man of God here in Ghana. Let us read. Let's continue. The notorious man of God, KUMCHACHA. Asema KUMCHACHA can say, Fuse origin cannot bear the curse that will come with the action he took. Nti KUMCHACHA say the musician we wotime ko shisa image ne de curse bebrebe banakwem. Say Fuse cannot bear the curse that will come his way for the action he took. KUMCHACHA, let me tell you. Only minute here. The image or you see, some people think that we, either Common Sense Family or through Teletime TV, many people think that we are afraid of the Muslims. Not a bit. Not a bit. We are not afraid of them. What you say? We don't fear them. We talk about the Quran. No Muslim today was there when the Quran was written. The same way no Christian today was there when the Bible was written. You and I were not there. We are not afraid of the Muslims. KUMCHACHA has said something. Let us take it and let's judge it together. KUMCHACHA questioned, why didn't he burn Prophet Muhammad's picture and face the repercussions? KUMCHACHA bisa say, adenti na musician ono Fuse wankwa ko burn Prophet Muhammad na picture. Number one, KUMCHACHA, you have the chance to go to a lot of media houses. Have you ever seen in any mosque where the picture of Prophet Muhammad is placed, either at the entrance or in the mosque? And when the Muslims go in, they bow down to it. KUMCHACHA, have you ever seen it before? KUMCHACHA, how many times have you seen a picture depicting Prophet Muhammad on social media? Only this Robert Powell. Robert Powell has come openly and telling you Christians that he beg you, he is not Jesus Christ. He is only a movie actor. Stop worshiping him. Still, Christopher Mose KUMCHACHA, the question you have asked here is invalid. Say, why didn't he burn Prophet Muhammad's picture and face the repercussions? Why didn't he burn Prophet Muhammad's picture and face the repercussions? Repercussions being what kind of answer? Repercussion being and no kind of answer. According to religion, Jesus came before Muhammad, but in Kremofo, they have the illustration of Muhammad. You Christians have the picture of Jesus. You Christians, you have the picture of Jesus. Where did you get it from? So if the musician took an action and burned that picture, and you prophet, you KUMCHACHA, you don't understand it. And no statistics, I Dakoba, I call you comedian. Again, you are a comedian. Oh, nye foko. I'm telling you. Yes, this is a time we have to speak to our people. Some of us will lay our life down. Ladies and gentlemen, please. Yeah, Abusia, network no, I'm say network no 5 year, more fanche, what you say, auntie, network no, Ghanaian network, we need a whole lot of support now, we but me mean to me say, support. Wa ope so buano no, wa ope so buano no, 054 123 2463, nyami juma no babua. We, I'm not doing the work of God. I am doing the work of humanity. What you say? Me Dakoba. If you help me, you are not helping the work of God. You are helping the work of humanity. Ahanti. And then you perceive let's read that. You are another hidden secret. I the babat network and enkoye. What you say? Nti kakra. Nti opes obuaya. Oshwe ha and can to help or support us with resources or advice, to partner with us, call or WhatsApp number and woho yebeji oso kitwa bi nso a enye nyame dwuma me when you help me nka se nyame nhira o bua me said ye no no enko so KUMCHACHA mame ba asem no so KUMCHACHA obi nim KUMCHACHA on tagin se small boy bi ti se me Dakoba bomedi kire no small boy be said Dakoba me say KUMCHACHA is not a prophet. More be son say then KUMCHACHA started as an evangelist. Then our evangelism no and obey prophet in the evangelism ministry. A combat do in the evangelism ministry, you will go hungry. Sorry, you will go hungry. So he has to convert from an evangelist to a prophet. Still, he is a comedian. I mean, to also. So we are not afraid of Muslims. Come to our pages. Check AVRAHAM Bimushe's his pages. He debates a lot of Muslims. We are not afraid of them. They know that what we are doing is genuine. What you say? When asked if that picture is actually the image of Jesus Christ instead of an actor, he said, "We believers believe it is Jesus." And aside this, they make a whole lot of unholy comment about Jesus, and that is why I am asking him to ask for forgiveness. Tio, ye bisa KUMCHACHA say, picture fuse eko benino sa picture no no oye Yesu picture na. What you assume as KUMCHACHA ka? When asked, if that picture is actually the image of Jesus Christ instead of an actor, he said, "We believers believe it is Jesus." You believe it is Jesus. You don't know KUMCHACHA. Say you from media house and some no. If you are not already prepared, prepare a lesson before you go. Don't just go and start talking. What you say? KUMCHACHA obi also or you defo, obi also or your prophet or the Bible and the yejumano. Moshe sani pano.
Shortest quotation on the Bible, and the shortest John 11:35. Jesus said, "Yesu sunye." Jesus, oh sunye, yeah. Yesu sunye, sweet or sweat, yeah. Yesu, Jesus sweet, yeah, or sweat. Jesus esunye. The short Bible or the short text in the Bible, John 11:35. Eti KUMCHACHA.
Monty the Oka. Were you a defo and also a comedian? Were you a defo and also a comedian? Wow, shame. Obusia, wow, shame. Chiremi say, KUMCHACHA, or ye udifo. Puto. Puto Abusian. The musician fuse. Me can refuse God. A dino check in a kasang refuse God. Check fuse no aka re na ye refuse. No the od genoswa check ni ye gene od. Nti ye refuse God. Just a musician no. Or ye critical thinker long ago. What you say? There are a lot of matters arising on media. I don't want to talk about them, but this is very key and useful, especially to the youth. What you say? This especially to we the youth. That is why we have to address it. KUMCHACHA, oh, nye prophet. You are not a prophet, and I'm ready. I can defend what I'm saying here at every place at all. You are not a prophet. Prophet ben. KUMCHACHA only a prophet. Now, when Fuse was talking or say your Bible talk against image, maybe KUMCHACHA is a prophet. Prophet wait upon the law to hear something from the God, so they don't read the Bible. Me, I am a researcher. Let me show you Caesar Borgia and as a Robert Powell. The image also way. I will show you image. Me say today's lesson a video based. Me prove be with video. Try. Mwanka samo book. Exodus 20 verse 1. You say God spoke, and these were his words. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt where you were slave. Verse 2. Worship no God but me. Ezra chapter 20, the verse number 3 say, worship no God but me. Verse 4. Do not make for yourselves image of anything in heaven or on earth or in the water under the earth. Exodus chapter 20, the verse number 4. KUMCHACHA, you are to know this. If indeed you are a prophet, then you are to know this. But because you are not a prophet, you don't know it. Exodus Ezra chapter 20, the verse number 4, or say, do not make for yourselves image of anything in heaven or on earth or in the water under the earth. The image the musician has bent, is it an image? Any image so. Number say he will not be able to afford the curse that were curse bank. Even the Bible, let me show you. My make sure or baby or she Bible nakasa or banner that's what you say. Or sa or banono. Let me show you image of a certain lady who bent the Bible itself, who is still alive. Share. Musician Fuse has bent a picture, and KUMCHACHA, you are annoyed. Let me show you somebody who bent the rare Bible, who is still alive. Stop panicking as well. What you say?
My friends, foolish born again Christian.
Me obi eti fa Bible ne ada me obi eti fa Bible ne end ada wo se Bible ne nshi me si na ma wo se me nshi
Oh, Sinampa.
Now dear man, you know, I believe in modern nature. Without nature, nobody can do me anything. I believe in Mami Wata. Okay, Mami Wata be the everything. She be the creator, not be anybody. Without water, you can't sleep. You are coming to use water. And Mami Wata is evil. The decide dinner say we say Mami Wata is evil, but nobody is evil. You are a woman. Always with the agent.
Hey, yo, Jane.
Almost saying to me, shit. Me show me the Bible never say. Bible never say. There's no power in the name of. There's no power in this. There's no power in the name of Jesus. I tell you,
there is no power in the name of.
There's no power in the name of God. There's no power in the name of Jesus.
Jesus, no, no.
No, me bono, but me chana give keke. When you're African, you need to believe in your culture and believe in nature too. Nature, back open. That's my say. Who honum? Oh, I didn't back. I did we enye. I enye boni. Ain't so yonko. Let's see Bible. I'm not a mission. What I'm missing on because me evil. Me pet. Me what's that? I am crying. I'm in.
I have a phone browse.
No, we are in the book to me, mamma. Say your modern nature and the book for the bummy so the anya met or modern nature.
It's super right. So I better move free and me here. Oh, we move chrome. Sure. Or buy on you call 2 million 2.5 Coco chrome. 60 Ghana between 7 sets. Ah, and then they may chrome and Ubena. And you mean besides the body. Missing Daniel, the body call a cry and you and I didn't want maybe a two so I might found call.
And then I can't be aluminium for the end of the day, my music can be.
Enemy free you.
I am mousing.
So I know the mammy 2 million.